Most people think that good product images just means making them look professional, but professional images can still fail to do their job. In this video, I'm going to show you how to evaluate your Shopify product images so they can help improve your sales. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan. I've been working with Shopify stores since 2014. I've had my own e-commerce businesses, and I've worked with hundreds of merchants, from stores just getting started to some of the top brands on Shopify. Over the years, I've spent a lot of time analyzing product images and seeing how customers actually interact with them. And one thing that I've learned is that the product images are not just there for decoration. So I eventually built an AI Shopify app called PinkyBrain that helps merchants analyze their product pages, including their product images. But I'm not here to sell you the app. I'm going to show you how to think about Shopify product images from a conversion perspective. And then I'll show you an easy way to analyze whether or not your Shopify product images are doing their job. The first thing to understand is that product images are not just photography. This isn't a lesson on lighting or composition or camera settings. This is about whether or not your images work in an e-commerce context and whether or not they do the job your product needs them to do. If you listen to a lot of generic advice about product images, they'll say things like, use professional photos, use lifestyle photos, use only photos with a white background. And the thing is, some of that advice is actually useful, but there's no universal rule. Image standards depend on your industry. A candy bar image may need to be fun and branded and visually punchy. A snowboard product image may need to show the graphics or the shape or the construction. Obviously, you want your product images to look professional, but looking professional is just a baseline. Product images serve specific purposes throughout the buying journey. These are the 3 dimensions that will help you evaluate whether or not your product images are actually doing their job. Dimension number 1 is click-through potential. Have you ever watched YouTubers talk about their thumbnails? Like if you watch a Mr. Beast video, he'll often talk about how he's always obsessed with getting the right thumbnail. The same principle applies with your product images. And the reason is because these product images show up not just on your actual storefront. Maybe you're doing some sort of retargeting campaign on Facebook where you're using the catalog ads and it's pulling your actual product image. Maybe you're running ads on Google Shopping and your product images are showing up and being pulled through Google Merchant Center. Or maybe you have an abandoned cart set up in Klaviyo and it's pulling your actual product image when somebody abandons cart. These product images are showing up in more places than just your storefront. So the question that you have to ask yourself is, does the image make someone want to click? Does the image earn attention and interest wherever this product appears? Dimension number 2 is product understanding. Let's say that I'm looking at this particular sporting goods brand that sells baseball gear, and they have baseball gloves and bats and balls. And then I see this product that's a complete set. So instead of having to buy these individual items, I can actually get them in a complete set. Does the customer understand what they're actually getting? If I land on this particular product and I'm getting the set, well, does the set also include a helmet too? You need to clearly communicate what the customer needs to know before they buy. Dimension number 3 is expectation setting. I used to have an e-commerce business that sold streetwear, and one of the popular items was a hoodie. And it was a lightweight hoodie that had this really cool graphic, but it got a ton of returns. Customers were expecting a heavyweight hoodie, and this particular hoodie was super lightweight. It's the kind of hoodie that you would wear if you're out and about on a warm spring day. It wasn't the kind of hoodie you would wear in the dead of winter. And so customers would buy the hoodie and then they would just send it back because they hated the material. Does the product image create the right mental picture before the customer makes a purchase? The image needs to accurately reflect the product and set expectations for when it arrives. Now that you understand the 3 dimensions, the easiest way to analyze your product images is through PinkyBrain. It understands your order history, it understands returns, it understands your sessions. So it's crunching all of this data and it's evaluating everything based on the 3 dimensions that we discussed. So what you do is you go into PinkyBrain and you go to Analyze Product Images, and then you can select up to 3 images to analyze at once. And this product only has 1 image. So let's go ahead and analyze the image and see what it says. It says verdicts. The image set effectively highlights the snowboard's design with clear, vibrant graphics and a clear background, which should support click-through. However, the lack of context regarding the snowboard's features or size may contribute to expectation gaps, potentially impacting conversions and return rates. So this particular product actually has a pretty high return rate. So it's basically calling that out. Number 2, issues and missed opportunities. The images do not provide any indication of the snowboard size or dimensions, which could lead to customer confusion about fit or suitability. The design-focused presentation lacks any visual cues about the snowboard's construction or material quality, which might be important for discerning buyers. Here are the conversion-focused recommendations. Consider adding an image that includes a size reference or measurement graphic to help customers understand the snowboard's dimensions better. If not already shown elsewhere, test an additional image that highlights key features or materials such as a close-up of the edges or bindings to provide more detail on quality and construction. And experiment with a lifestyle image showing the snowboard in use on the slopes, which could help customers visualize its performance and enhance appeal. Yeah, and I agree that it needs some sort of close-up on the edges or bindings. You want to see up close, and actually, you even want to see what the print looks like. I think these recommendations would actually be helpful to the customer, and that could meaningfully improve sales. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Shopify optimization videos. If you'd like to try PinkyBrain, it's available in the Shopify App Store, and there's a link to it in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.